All right, guys. Thank you for joining me again. Appreciate it as always. Let's get the 5x5s out of the way. This is going to be a shorter live stream tonight because I have some video editing to do and then I actually want to go to sleep. Joe 59 5x5 on Rumble, but I'm not on Rumble yet, am I? Maybe he's just giving a good 5x5. Ozark, Kimberly, Cowboy, I'll call Prepper, Flown Grown, thank you for 5x5. Maria, Evolving Media, MS Coast, Raccoon, Demon, thank you for the 5x5. Adam, Witty, Paul, Bayshore, Colt, thank you for the 5x5. Uptech, Jason, Renee, Water Tiger, Prep to Adapt. Teresa, thank you for the 5x5. Groundhog, Base, Dobie, Highlander, Laura, PA, Mama, thank you for the 5x5. Tommy, Visit, Trap Botter, King of Appalachia, Vegan, Buy the Book, thank you for the 5x5. 1 second, Jason, Jay No More, thank you for the 5x5. I am on Rumble, thank you for that. For the doggies, Bob Mills, Marion, thank you for the 5x5. Lori, Teresa, thank you for the 5x5. Patty, Dan, Never Ready, Never Read, Never Read. Thank you for the 5x5. Rhonda, WTC, Be Real, Keith, Raven, Nick, thank you for the 5x5. 111, Maverick, Blaze, thank you for the 5x5. Johnny 59, Prep to Adapt. Maria Jackson, thank you for the 5x5. Raccoon Eyes, thank you for the 5x5 on Rumble. Appreciate it. Cobalt, Randy, John Paul, thank you for the 5x5. Gregorio, Last Days, Town, thank you for the 5x5. And South Florida, thank you for the 5x5. Purple Mojo, thank you for the 5x5. All right, so tonight we're going to talk about the idiocy that is. I don't have it. Anyway, real quick, guys, we're going to talk about this whole our freedoms are under attack. GMA, Krista, thank you for the 5x5, and Caveman, thank you for the 5x5. Appreciate it. And Blaze, nice one. Comet Moon, thank you for the 5x5. Crow, thank you for the 5x5. Martino, thank you for the 5x5. Did I say that right? Martino. All right. So the Tylenol thing I'm going to get to in a little bit, but our freedom's being under attack right now, guys. They're going after speech and they're going after your gun. And I think they're going to link the two because I'm noticing that they're trying to come up with Pam Bondi on somebody's interview saying that there's no place for hate speech. And there is. That's why it's called hate speech. And it's free speech. Now, threats of violence, no, absolutely not. Even then, I would consider that free speech because a lot of threats fall flat. But you do have to take them seriously because sometimes, again, in Charlie Kirk's case, he was threatened through the roof, right? And I don't think they took his security seriously because he shouldn't. And that, listen, I don't think that would have stopped what was going to happen, or maybe he could have canceled a couple of his speaking engagements. Nonetheless, I think he was left open, but that's a different conversation for a different day. But Pam Bondi, again, trying to link hate speech. I could see them guys trying to pass a bill for transgenders because of their psych issues, because they do have them with the meds that they're on. Now, they're going to link, in the long run, they're going to let crazy people, if you will, or people who make comments they don't like, and link that to some kind of psychological issue, and then take your guns away through your speech. I could see that happening. Again, that's probably crazy talk. Post Rapture Party, yes, Jeff Willis. Yes, post Rapture Party. Pam Bondi walked that back and clarified. Thank you, Grateful Prep and Jay on Rumble. Listen, I hope she would have, but listen, cat's out of the bag, right? You could walk back a lot of the comments, but when you are a public figurehead, or rather a federal employee that's in charge of making our lives a living hell or easier, you got to be super careful what you say. Pam Bondi, handling of the Epstein file, lack of interest. That's a big fucking problem. That's a huge problem. Cash Patel, same thing, right? This guy, their explanations on a lot of things don't make sense. The Charlie Kirk shooting, Cash Patel looks like shit. Pam Bondi looks like again, They're ready to go after our free speech and our Second Amendment all in one shot. Uh, they're trying to deem hate speech so that you can't speak about anything they don't like. Now, on the news, Trump said that he doesn't like when people speak bad about him, that it should be illegal. He said that in a roundabout way. I want to get the correct quote, but it was something really ridiculous as if you criticize me and I don't like it, that should be illegal is what he said. Not that it is. It should be illegal. When somebody starts talking that nonsense, that's dangerous shit. Oh, you don't like the way I don't like the way he said that about me. I'm gonna make it illegal. Hitler did the same exact shit. And I'm not saying that he is Hitler or anything like that. I'm like, Hitler didn't like that. Kim Jong-un doesn't like that. You talk about him, he's ready to fucking put you in a break. He does put you in a break. Chinese government's the same way. They actually give you a couple strikes before they whisk you away in the Chinese government. In Hong Kong, they were fucking going after these kids who were making comments against the Chinese government and or the Chinese president. But yeah, it was when he made that comment, it was bad. I was like, whoa. And I had to rewind the video to be like, yo, he actually said that? I was like, no shit. So that doesn't fare well for him. And so now you got people making this comment. NJ Prepper, thank you for the donation. Move to the free state of Florida. I would, but so many fucking morons are moving to Florida now, man. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Talking like a true fascist. Yeah, man. Again, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling when he made that comment. I had to rewind it to be like, yo, I did not just hear that. And I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna try to put it on Rumble or make a video and put it in the video on YouTube. But I gotta find the video again. And I saved it. I know I saved it, so you guys will be able to see what he said. And that wasn't cool at all. Now, being that our speech is on the, and again, guys, hate speech can be anything. You talk about transgenders, for example, they consider that hate speech. They consider things that Charlie Kirk said hate speech, when in fact, he was just pointing out common sense shit. So people can deem anything they want hate speech. Florida is full. Listen, I'm not like Florida crazy. I like Florida as a vacation spot. I do not want to live there. You know, I'd rather live in a mountain somewhere, fucking tucked away. You know, too many people from Ohio and Florida. Okay. Keith in Arizona. Yeah, I know. That discussion's starting to pop up. They're not liking that one. What the hell is that? This is a bug bite. Anyway. Let's see. Well, so the hate speech can be almost anything. Like I said, anybody can determine or rule it as hate speech, no matter what you say. Therefore, making it harder for you to talk about anything or against anything. Now, again, if Trump makes that an issue, if he starts talking about, oh, they're criticizing me, I'm gonna make it hate speech. That's bad news, man. Pam Bondi said in an interview that they will target you or go after you if you speak in any kind of hate speech fashion. And she didn't say it that way. I'm dressing it up a little more. The federal government, and they're looking to actually pass, or they might be looking, to pass new speech laws. Now, I don't know if they're going to call it hate speech laws, but as of right now, it's labeled speech laws. They're looking to pass new ones, or they're trying to draft them up anyway to see what that looks like. Jimmy Kimmel, for those that don't know, he was kicked off the air, but now he's back on. But in a bit of a kick in the dick, let's see if I can find it. Just because he's back on the air doesn't mean he will be aired. Now, there's a company called Sinclair Broadcast Group, and hold on, let me find the other one because I thought that was pretty interesting. Sinclair, let's see if I can find it. I thought that was group. It's called Netstar Broadcasting Group as well. So Sinclair Broadcasting Group, is in control of these stations, or their affiliate station: ABC, CBS, Fox News, NBC, the CW. I don't know why they need to change that bullshit. And MyTV. I have no clue what MyTV is. Is MyTV that like an app on TVs? But Nexstar, yes. So Nexstar is also an affiliate it's called Nexstar Broadcast Group. They're also an affiliate with what you call it, but they have, hold on, they have a way bigger. Let me pull up their thing. Their thing is pretty. They have a lot of channels they own. Let's see. I pulled it up earlier. Nexstar Group. What channels does Nexstar own? So Nexstar owns CW as well, I guess in partnership with Sinclair. They own News Nation, Antenna TV, and Rewind TV. I don't know what that is. Sport Grid, ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox News, and MyTV. They also own a couple of other channels, a couple of cable channels like Paramount and shit like that. So, dumbass, if you will, Jimmy Kimmel, just because he's going back on the air tonight, he won't be shown in a lot of places. So, and keep in mind, Sinclair Broadcast Group and Nexstar Broadcast Group refused to air his show. But kicking him off the air for the comment he made, guys, that comment wasn't that bad. And it wasn't about Charlie Kirk. It was more about Donald Trump. Now, I do not like Jimmy Kimmel. I hate the fact that I have to sit here and defend that dumbass. Nonetheless, his comment wasn't that bad. And kicking him off the air for that was bad. Now, people like Trump had nothing to do with it. Trump has everything to do with anything that goes on. The FCC is a federal something commission, right? He can give them a word or give them a tickle and be like, listen, I don't like what he says. Leverage some fines against, who's it, NBC. NBC goes, we're not taking that hit. Get Jimmy Kimmel off the air. But now, Disney lost $3 billion or closer to $4 billion in revenue because people were canceling subscriptions, their trips to the parks, both parks, Florida and California, boat cruises, Hulu subscription, Disney Channel subscription. They were canceling so much that they lost $3 billion. Now, one article, as it was a right-leaning article, I hate to say this, they made it sound like Jimmy Kimmel caused them to lose all that money. It wasn't them. It was people subscribing. And someone said Kimmel violated FCC rules. He did, but the FCC rules are fine not to get kicked off the air. There are a lot of FCC rules, guys, that get violated every day. And what he said wasn't the point of canceling his show. It was a fine. But he didn't want to pay the fine, and he didn't want to apologize. And he got back on the air, if you will, if they air it, with no apology and no fine. Right? So, again, violate the rules. You get 3 strikes, if I'm not mistaken. It also depends on how egregious the infractions are. No, you get more than 3. Sorry, I take that back. You get more than 3 because you just keep getting fines every time you make an infraction. Laura, his ratings did suck, but it didn't suck to the point where he needed to be canceled. That's the unfortunate thing. Again, not defending the guy. I'm just doing my research. His ratings weren't. His ratings were. They were looking at him next after Stephen Colbert got canceled, but nonetheless, he's not going to be able to air because of, I guess Sinclair and Nexstar not showing his shit. Silver's over $40 now. And that's the other thing. Maggie K, he was, I don't know, listen, I think Kimmel had to have sucked a lot of dick to get a TV show because he was never funny, ever. He was never, he was the most unfunniest motherfucker on the planet, and somehow he got a TV show. He had to have rubbed a lot of cum on his face to do that. Paul F., you are right about that. People complain about Jimmy Kimmel getting canceled are the same group of people that were celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. You're right. His ratings will suck bad now. William, I think his first night, if they air him anywhere, he's going to have good ratings. If they don't air him anywhere, he's not going to get any ratings. They're going to kick him off the air. Yeah, Jimmy Kimmel sounds like he sounds like a fucking retard's name, Hey, Kimmel, come here, But yeah, listen, it is what it is, and people are, again, his comment wasn't directed at Charlie Kirk at all. It was more making fun of Trump. You know, and it is what it is. If we're going to be honest, guys, and we're going to stay on the level, then we got to stay on the level, right? We can't sit there and like people were like, well, they did it to us when they canceled Rosie O'Donnell and a couple other shows. I'm like, I don't care what they do. We're supposed to be better than the morons, period. You're not supposed to stoop down to the morons' level because they're morons. You can't have both morons running around being moronic. One or the other, guys. You got to stand. You got to stand your ground and stand high. Let the morons grovel and sink to an all new low. We're not supposed to do that, and we're not supposed to turn around and go, "Oh, look what they did to us. Let's do it to them." Absolutely not. That is not how you handle situations. You know, and listen, a lot of people will disagree with me. I get it, but you know, again, back on Jimmy Kimmel, he's not funny at all, man. Like, I don't know how he. Stephen Colbert wasn't funny, like, ever. You know, and he got a show. So, here's the other thing, guys. Advanced technology is also slowly eroding at our freedoms and our privacy. That's the other thing. For all the technology that we're getting, guys, our freedoms is dwindling because of technology. Our freedoms are dwindling because every time a major event happens, they look to address the situation by making gun laws tougher, or now in this case, both gun laws tougher and more restriction on speech, free speech, if you will. Now, the amount of money that Jimmy Kimmel lost was $3.87 billion inside of a week. So, and again, that was people canceling their shit for no other reason. Johnny Carson was probably, you know who wasn't bad? Jay Leno wasn't bad. Jay Leno was pretty good. Jay Leno stayed out of politics for the most part. And Conan O'Brien was good. Conan O'Brien was funny. And then they screwed Conan O'Brien over, though. They screwed him over bad. You know? And who did they put in his place? Jimmy Fallon, right? Conan O'Brien was by far the funniest out of all of them. And he stayed out of a lot of the politics. Devotee said Kimmel didn't lie. I mean, he only lied about the whole, you know, MAGA's trying to get, you know, this guy not to be a MAGA. That's the only thing he lied about. Everything else he was most likely right on. But again, Craig got screwed as well. Yes, Craig got screwed as well. A lot of people got screwed. Yeah, I think it was Fallon, Jimmy Fallon, right? Fallon used to be funny, and then he dried up, and now he's not funny anymore. He had a bad drinking problem. He used to be funny. I used to watch his shows a lot. I was like, it's not bad. It's a funny shit, funny skits. But not anymore now. It's not. He's like catering to the morons. But anyway, real quick, guys, we're going to talk about this Tylenol challenge. Now, apparently, Tylenol, according to, I think, RFK, Tylenol is responsible for possibly causing autism. Possibly. And with that, you got this Tylenol challenge going on where women are taking Tylenol despite what RFK said about it causing autism, possibly causing autism. So women are taking Tylenol and go, well, if that's the case, then my kid's going to have autism because I'm going to continue to take this when I don't feel well. I was like, what the fuck? And I saw 4 videos of women saying this. I'm going to take it no matter what. This helps me through my pregnancy. So what if my kid has autism? These moronic women, first of all, do not know how draining it is to raise a kid with autism. Super draining. And they think that it's fun and it's all fun and games, and it's not. And these women are going to pay the price, unfortunately, because they're going to have, if they keep it up. Yes, Paul F., it should be child abuse, absolutely. Because they are actively filming themselves, taking it and going, well, my kid has autism, okay. I'm like, wait, what? Yeah, William, they're actively making their kids retarded by taking the Tylenol. But again, I don't believe the Tylenol thing myself. I'm not buying that. I've been taking that shit for years. My kids are fine. I don't have any autistic kids. And every mother who had kids has taken Tylenols and been fine. No, wait a minute. What is the one you're supposed to stay with? Aspirin or Tylenol? You're supposed to stay away from Tylenol. It's aspirin you're supposed to take when you're pregnant, right? Yeah, last days. It's Tylenol you're supposed to stay away from when you're pregnant, if I'm not mistaken. Aspirin you can take, because aspirin is a vasodilator as well. That's why they tell you to take it when you're having a heart attack. But I know a lot of women who took aspirin when they were pregnant and their kids don't have autism. So I do not know where they got that autism from. Stay away from ibuprofen. Okay, that's what it is. Um, is it Tylenol that's okay? And stay away from aspirin? I can't remember it. Okay, Gnostic Nomad. All right, roger that. It's Tylenol that you're supposed to stay away from, and ibuprofen. What was ibuprofen you're supposed to take? I don't know. I can't remember. My last kid was like 10 years ago. I can't remember that far back. Jeff Willis. We with all the kids, I did safe. I did the delayed vaccine schedule. You know, and they're all not retarded. It's Tylenol. Okay, stay away from Tylenol. Aspirin is fine. Okay, I knew what I was fucking talking about. Listening to you people. Anyway, it was aspirin that you're supposed to stay away from, right? But anyway, still doesn't matter. I'm not buying the fucking, Tylenol causing autism. Other issues, yes. And someone said liver problems. Yes, you will get liver problems if you take a bunch of it at any given time. That's like creatine. If you drink a lot of creatine without drinking water, you're gonna screw your liver up, right? And your kidneys. So it's the same thing. You just gotta drink. You gotta pound water whenever you're taking this kind of shit. You know. What about Midol? Yeah, Midol's for the Canadian prepper. But I didn't mean to drag him into this. I'm sorry. But yeah, it is what it is, guys. Women are going out there doing this dumbass challenge, and they're like, I don't care. I'm like, oh my God. Like, because Trump or Trump's administration said something, you're going to do something despite them? Like, you're just going to be, you're going to be like, fuck it, I don't care. I'm not going to let them control what I do. So let me damage my kids? That is the dumbest. Like, one of these kids are going to see, hopefully, one of these kids are going to see this video in like 12, 13 years from now and go, Mommy, you tried to kill me? You know? I see that's where it's going. I don't know. Yeah, Jason, native BNN. I like that. Bitch nigga network. But yeah, it's bizarre, man. It's bizarre that people are like, I don't like a man so much, I'm gonna put my kid's life at risk. I'm gonna teach him. No, you're not. I never saw such lunacy. And like somebody said earlier, it has to be it has to be the arm ticket, man. It has to be it. There's no other explanation for the stupidity that I'm seeing pop up. Has to be the arm ticket. The amount of crazy shit that I'm seeing and people are doing, it just doesn't make sense. Self snitching, recording yourself doing crimes. Oh my God, that is like by far the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Oh, let me commit this crime and beat this old man up. But while I beat him up, let me film myself punching him in the face. And then upload it to the internet so everybody could see I punched this old lady in the face and self-snitched myself. Because that's hardcore shit. You get your channel taken down, you get your video taken down, you go to jail for a very long time. You prove nothing. Oh, the Watchmen, absolutely, man. That's another hill I'm going to die on. The arm ticket is causing, a lot of those problems. Psych problems. It's causing a lot of different issues. A lot of different issues. But it's definitely, undoubtedly causing psych problems as well. Again, that's another hill I'm ready to die on. There's a lot of hills I'm going to die on. I'm going to be on multiple hills, dying multiple times. Because I'm going to die on so many of these hills. You know? Or just shove them all into one pile of a hill and then die on those. Because there's just too many things that are like not looking great in our favor in regards to the arm ticket, and watching so many people come up with ailments I never heard of, or just simply go crazy and run headfirst into a brick wall. You know, like, it's bad. So yeah, it's just insanity, man. And then people committing crimes and knowing they're on camera, like they're not filming themselves, but there's a camera and they're committing crimes. And like, how do you think you're not going to get caught? You don't have a face mask on. You're looking at the camera as you're punching a person in the face. Look at my face. Like, how, the boost juice is definitely making people go crazy, without a doubt. Without a doubt. So, anyway, I'm going to go off the air now. I'm at the 25-minute mark. I was supposed to end this 5 minutes ago. But other than that, guys, thank you for watching me. or joining me tonight. Tomorrow morning, I'm going to have I'm going to have a midweek report. And then hopefully, maybe Saturday night, if I'm up to it, I'll have a doubleheader. If not, they'll see me next week for the doubleheader Tuesday. But outside of that, guys, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it as always. And I will see some of you guys tomorrow morning. Thank you.